As I said earlier, I really hated working in the factory. The thrill of being in there and getting that big fat check wore off very quickly. I would get up in the morning, 5 o'clock. I worked first shift, so I had to be there at 6, and that's a habit that I've still got. I can't not wake up at 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock, I'm wide awake. I'd go to work, punch in, and then the whistle blows, and you're doing the same thing hour after hour after hour. And the only thing that made it tolerable were the other fellas that I worked with in the factory. And I say fellas because it was all guys, because we worked in the body shop on the door line. It was a very physical job, a very tough physical job. The doors weighed 50 to 80 pounds, very heavy. You had to hang 300 of them a day. And at that time, they weren't letting women work in the body shop. And then some women complained that they wanted to be in there too. And what they would do is they would put them on the door line because they knew it was a rough, tough job, and that a lot of men couldn't do it. So they figured that the women couldn't either. But a couple women stuck it out. But I really hated being in there. It's the only thing in my life that I've ever had any kind of semi-hallucinations. I can remember waking up in the middle of the night and feeling my bed going along at the speed of the line and thinking, I gotta get out of here. Or I can remember one time, and I know I was awake, and I looked in the corner of the room, and the door hanging fixture was hanging from the corner of my room. And I said, okay, this is a nightmare, wake up, and it was still there. So it took a long time for me to get away from that for a couple reasons. One, the culture of Flint was such that once you were in the factory, you were pretty well set. You didn't have to worry about much of anything. Health care was great. Your wages were good. You know, as long as you went to work and took care of business, everything was fine. Another reason was, as my mother had told me when I first went in, she said, no, I don't want you to go in there. You'll start buying things. You'll get trapped in there. I started buying things. I bought that 1973 Camaro, brand new Camaro. I was shocked that the payments were $86 a month, but that's what it was back then. And I spent there 13 years in there before I finally got the courage up to leave and to try something else.